just got to add my my pictures that I just took of the house because I'll give them to you because I'm going to put the same pictures I put on my my little slideshow. I'm going to add those to the show notes. Can you add, if we add images to the show notes, how will that format? Poorly?
I'm gonna have to save them off and then store them in Dropbox and link them back in the. Be able to just add file. I'll figure it out. Just
okay.
Save them.
How's this?
Don't worry about it. Save them to the doc. I'll figure out the show notes. That's not a problem.
All right. If they come down in poopy quality, let me know and I'll share my OneDrive with you.
Okay.
Because everything I do is OneDrive.
Okay. And you have a black screen, right?
I know I do. Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Let's see. My documents. Where are my documents? Final Fantasy puts the screenshots in a weird place. I don't like where it puts it.
It probably puts it in your user folder somewhere.
It does. It's in my documents, my games, Final Fantasy, and screenshots. So yes, it is in your user profile.
Mew, did you put that in there for Thist?
Yes.
I thought so. All right. Chat room, let us know when you can see and hear us because we are broadcasting.
Woohoo!
Unfortunately, the Q&As are tainted that way. I wouldn't say tainted, but they're biased that way now because someone is very loud about them.
Yeah, All right. Mew, headphones, and I think we're good to go.
Okay.
Let's see.
Plug in.
We'll make that nice.
Hey, you're in both ears. That's good.
Yay, that's a good news.
All right, Gone through. Yay. Oh, there's a house. There's still a house. Awesome. There's an Abo house. Cool. Okay.
Yes, let's see. I'll add a. Actually, I'll do these video. I'll do these video free.
You do whatever you want. You're good. All right, I'm just going to assume we're here. We're good. I tweeted out. Feel free to retweet.
Are we really here?
I did. That's actually a question that we don't have for an approximately hour podcast.
I have a coffee. I'm here.
I have a Monster Energy Zero Ultra.
I have water.
Because apparently...
I have a rock.
All right. Go ahead whenever you're ready, Mew.
All right. 1 second. Making sure everything looks correct.
Oh, crap. Thank you, Abo. I forgot to tweet that out. Let me... What's the best way to get that out? Yeah, I did all the frickin' Twitter stuff. I forgot to do the Discord stuff. You want to throw it in, Scott, or do you want me to?
Oh, yeah. Well, do you have it already written up and I can just copy paste, or should I grab the last one we did?
Content creators. Okay.
Okay. I'll throw it in.
Live now.
Is that a patron only Discord, or is that everyone in Frog Pants?
Everyone can.
No, it's everyone in Frog Pants.
Okay. I'll have to get a link for that because I actually don't have that in my list of 90 Discords I'm in.
Right. Yeah, there you go. It's in content creators, and I'll throw it into the officer stuff and annoy people.
Boogers. They locked it. I'll have to get in touch with them and get that fixed.
Hang on.
The Frog Pants one?
Yeah, they locked it down to only bots. Oh, is there?
No,
I don't see.
Self-hype works. I just posted it. It's at the very top of Frog Pants, right below Generals, called Self-hype.
I don't see that. It's weird.
On Frog Pants, I see announcements, and then it goes to chat, and it says General, Self-hype, Tech, Real Talk, BlizzCon, Ask Scott.
Nope.
And then all the gaming stuff, and then the voice channels.
I don't see that. I see announcements, general gaming, Steam chat, Heroes of Storm, Hearthstone, Overwatch. Yeah, those three.
You sure you don't have it like reduced down or something?
No, I've been switching off and on of it, and this is the one that has the automatic bot postings for all the Frog Pants shows. Is there 2 Frog Pants?
I think you might be in the wrong one because the one I'm in. What's her name? Kitten something always does the announcements.
Oh, I see it
Wicked
now.
Kitten.
They redid the somehow the chat section was actually hidden.
Right. It was probably reduced down. Yeah.
Yeah, they redid the things, and most of the stuff I have under there is hidden, so it automatically hit everything. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Never mind then.
I got it. So I think we're good whenever you want to start. Okay. And Tiber, sorry, Mangling says they can see and hear us.
Yeah. Okay. To the top of the document.
All right. So I have that. I have my stuff there ready to go.
Alrighty. Right. Let's start this hype train. Starting live in 5, 4, 3, 2. On this episode of the AIE Podcast,
play Destiny and Diablo with the crew.
Lots of lore. Q&A.
DST is looking for DPS.
We have Captain Sybil's STO update.
And Abavan is here to talk to us about AIE and Final Fantasy XIV.
Hi!
Hi!
All that and more coming up right now.
There we go. That was not an adult beverage.
Dang it.
Welcome to episode 286 of the podcast celebrating the Alea Iacta S gaming community. The Die Has Been podcast. Greetings, gamers. This is Mew Cow. To my left is Tetsemi.
Minecraft sheep are trouble.
You
heard it here first.
And that sheep to my right is McCullough.
Hey, AIE, there are cinnamon rolls and ginger molasses cookies in the guild kitchen.
And this week we are joined by special guest Abovan, who is here to talk to us about AIE and Final Fantasy XIV. Welcome.
Hi! So, it's been a little bit since I've been on, huh? Like a little bit.
Oh, wow, yeah.
About a month.
You have twins, so you know.
Yes, they were.
Time's relative.
They are in scream mode right now as we speak because we're trying to put them to bed. I did the daddy duties of getting them up into the crib, changed them. They yelled potty, 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 so changed them again. Took them to the potty. They just sit there and do what cats do with toilet paper. Just take the toilet paper roll, just go boom. I just go, oh, okay. And we do all the fun stuff there. Put the diaper back on. Put them back in the crib. They're crying. They're probably still crying, but babies will eventually learn that nighttime is sleepy time and gaming time.
Yeah.
I don't know. McCullough still hasn't learned that, so good luck.
Yep. Good luck.
I know X doesn't seem to have that problem at all.
Well, he's a special boy.
No.
Yeah.
He's also a puppy. Your kid is not a kid. Yes. Your kid is a puppy. I've seen the picture.
He's a bit feral at times, yes.
Yep, little wolf boy.
Well, as soon as you guys make the across country trip and do the East Coast visitation / visiting stuff, we'll have to stick the Apple twins on you.
Oh no! All right, anything else you've been up to in the gaming world, Abo?
Oh, let's see here. Destiny 2. I've been playing that on the PlayStation. I've been doing that. I'm looking at the roster that we have in our Destiny 2 group or Destiny 2 clan. There's a bunch of PlayStation 4 people playing the game, but there's a lot of people though waiting in the wing, just hanging out, waiting for it to come available for the PC, which is coming up real soon.
Mm-hmm. So PC Master Race.
Yeah, the problem is the game's not cross-platform. Curses, because there's another game that I played that is cross-platform, which makes.
I wonder if we're going to talk about that tonight. Anyway,
we are, but we play with all the PC players. That means I need to get it for the PC, which means I need to exercise my new video card and my new internet.
New internet?
Do tell, Abavan.
I have almost gigabit internet now. Yay!
Yay!
Yeah, they're running a deal in my area, so I jumped on board and cut cable. Huzzah!
Yep. That's probably a thing I would do as well if we could get fast internet here.
I'm sorely tempted, honestly. It's getting I just I've been here in Texas for a year now, so I got that fun little notice saying, oh, by the way, that year deal you got is now expiring, so enjoy full price.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say you're near Austin, so you should have good internet.
I do.
Options.
I've had a gigabit for a year now, and it's been glorious.
Okay. Right.
So, but yeah, we still have TiVos though. So that's the only reason we still use cable. Honestly, is because of the TiVos. But even that, like there's so many streaming things now that it's following in Abo's footsteps of very much debating. Do we still need cable?
I am not a paid spokesperson, but Hulu Live has a decent live streaming service that's live.
I don't mind the streaming services, but it's kind of this. I'm waiting for everything to get sorted out because we've got Hulu, we've got Netflix, we've got now CBS, whatever CBS's thing is for the new Star Trek stuff.
Yep.
YouTube Red. My daughter has YouTube Red, and she's paying for that from her allowance because she likes the music on YouTube Red. So it's kind of like, can we get this all? I know that's the cable's over sitting in the corner laughing, going, "You idiots! That's what we were giving you." But I want a la carte, reduced price, more options. The whole.
Well, it's funny you say that because what I was going to say is YouTube actually reached out to me saying, "Oh, by the way, in your area, we are offering YouTube cable."
Yes, I've seen that quite that's available in my area as well. Reason why I went with the Hulu, and it was a toss-up between Hulu and PlayStation View. We went with Hulu, I think, because there's like one extra channel they provided that PlayStation did not. But it's in addition to the video games that I play a lot of and all my nerdy things that I do and my nerdy job, I also like sports. And
go sports ball.
With the sports that I watch, most of the teams are owned by Comcast. So therefore, but they are finally allowing other party people to do the streaming. So now I can watch my sports.
Solid. Yep.
Yeah. So that's the thing.
It's goal. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
It's getting really, really interesting because not only does YouTube offering their cable thing, Amazon is offering their cable thing now, and it's and Hulu Live. Yeah, it's getting to the point now where it's like, am I behind by having cable? So
yeah, well, and now Google has stopped rolling out fiber except to the two cities that it was in the process of rolling it out to, because they're switching to a Wi-Fi only rollout and trying to do Wi-Fi Max or something. I forget what it's called, but now they're just going to do cities instead of trying to deal with all the infrastructure and the fiber. They're just going to do blanket the city in Wi-Fi.
Yep. Yeah, they got tired of dealing with all the red tape and laws blocking them from doing stuff.
Yep.
So, but So speaking of all that fun stuff, what have you been up to, Tets?
Trying to fight off wild burnout, which sounds odd, but
no, not really.
We've reached a point where we have killed Jaden, quote unquote, on farm on the current raid. I think we've killed him 4 times, enough to where we can consistently get him down. In fact, on Wednesday, I was a bit of a slave driver and copped an attitude and cracked the whip, and we basically blew through the entire raid right up to kill Jaden and still had 10 minutes left at raid time, at what point we said, we'll do him on Sunday because we started late. So we could actually, if we start raid on time, we could actually do the entire Argus raid in one night and then have another night to work on heroics or something like that. But even that thought, I'm kind of like, well, do I really want to jump up a level in difficulty, or do I want to enjoy farm status? And it's kind of reached the point where I have on Tetsemi, I have everything out of the tomb gear-wise and look-wise that I want, because I get all 6 pieces of tier plus all the fill-in pieces, so I have the actual transmog set.
Nice.
And so it's like I could swap in my, he's at 925 item level. My my protection paladin is at 920, but doesn't have the gear, the tier pieces. just on being geared on Argus and stuff like that. So it's one of those things where I could swap in, but I don't want to start the whole avalanche of, well, you're bringing in alt, so I'm going to bring in alt, and then we lose progress and we don't get anywhere. So
basically, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't want to start that avalanche. But I basically accomplished everything. The only thing I have left for Tet is the Argusian Reach reputation to Exalted, and I'm like 450 points away. So I just need to go on today, and because the World Quest Emissary was yesterday and got me up to like within 450 or so. So I just need to go on and kill the Argusian World Quest bosses that are up, and I'll ding over to that and get I think there are four or six mounts that you can get at Exalted.
Yeah, a bunch
so
of
I'll
them.
buy those, and then I'm kind of done until they get new content out, which thank God. BlizzCon's in 3 weeks. You know, those of you going panic.
Yep.
That, you know, because I'm willing to bet shortly after BlizzCon we're going to get the Antoran raid. And that patch will drop, and then we'll have new content to work on. Hopefully, new story to go along with that. Probably a new dungeon to go along with that. So it's not that far off, but I've just kind of reached the point where I'm like, I'm done. I've got 8. Yeah, I've got 8 of my 9 characters through the Argus content, and either working on the, you know, get your characters to 925 or 950. And they're running out of order hall resources, so I got to go, you know, do a bunch of world quests on them to do it. And I'm debating getting my druid through there, and then I've still got my 3 that are sitting at 102 to get to 110 to catch up. And it's just it's kind of like, okay, I need a break. So I switched over to the Old Republic for a while because they were coming out with a new patch which just dropped this week, which was going to nerf a certain progression method that everyone was enjoying on Command XP, and I managed to power level my Lightning Sork up to 100 Command XP, which got him into the tier 2 level, so that was fun. And then the patch dropped this week and nerfed it, and I haven't logged on since because it's just sad, because it's like what was running a set of daily quests in an area that would get you 1 to 2 levels of Command XP now gets you a quarter of a you know, progress on the CXP. And it's like, no, what's fun about this game is opening crates, since I've done all the stories. So
right.
I don't want to progress through this anymore.
But you have been doing something else fun at home.
Well, I know. And then, so we got done with that, and I said, okay, we're going to switch over to Minecraft with my daughter, and we have been playing survival mode and churning through Minecraft, and that's where the sheep came in. The area we're in, or the starting area we started out in, is really nice, forested area. Found seeds for relatively quickly, even found pumpkin, sugar cane. You know, had all the basics, did some mining, got some iron and stuff like that. But we couldn't find anything but wolves. And finally found some chickens, hadn't been killed by the wolves, so we got those in a pen. Found some pigs. The wolves leave the pigs alone. I don't know why, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah. But we finally found sheep that the wolves hadn't got to yet. And so I had to quick herd them into a safe house and store them in there until Ryan could log on, because she was out at a concert last night. And then she logged in and helped me herd them down the path that we created over to the house and put them in a pen and get them in. But they, you know, in Minecraft, you use grain to attract the sheep's attention, and then they're good for about 50 blocks, and then they lose their mind and kind of wander off and go, oh, look, water, let's go swim. what sheep wants water? So
those ones.
I know, and then we had to get them out of there. So that's what I've been doing, is I've kind of like pivoted back off SWTOR until they drop new story content. I've kind of ratcheted back WoW again until they drop new story content, and we're playing in Minecraft because we can generate story content. So that's where I'm at too, McCullough.
30 headbands, 6 key necklaces, 3 gothic cameos, 3 pairs of earrings while watching Rebels.
Again, Star Wars theme.
I know. I have been crafting like a fiend because I have a show in less than a month.
But it's right after it's the weekend after BlizzCon.
It's the weekend after BlizzCon.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
And having 2 shows, so Phoenix Comic-Con and then Nerdtacular less than a month apart, pretty much
kind of decimated
my inventory, and I was planning on, I was kind of doing it slowly, trying to get up to speed, but now I am in full force and kind of playing with some new styles too. So yeah, I'm stress crafting.
Well, at least you're making something productive out of it.
I am. I'm using my nervous energy. Rolling dice a little bit, not as much as I'd like to, but then again, there's never as much as I'd like to because I'm a girl that used to game 5 times a week in college. So, but mostly, yeah, just kind of focusing on that.
Cool. All right.
And
Mew, what have you been up to?
Well, speaking of Nerdtacular, I stumbled across a bag that we didn't unpack from the trip, so that was fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like, hey, look at all this stuff that we were wondering where it was. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
hopefully, it wasn't like filled with diapers of the
No, just snacks and stuff like that. So, snacks, books.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, nothing too important, but it was still one of those where was that? Oh yeah, that's what we were looking for.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've been doing a little bit of Destiny 2 off and on the PS4. Managed to get up to a 250 gear level. Still not quite high enough to do all the fun raid stuff, but I figure I'll get there eventually in time for them to have.
Where it gets hard to get gear too.
Yeah, that's the thing is, once you get to 250, then the random drops out in the world don't really help you much. Then you have to actually start doing stuff. Start earning it. Like you have to start doing the sort of the chain of do these challenges to unlock this other major challenge that then finally drops you a special piece or whatever, or the
powerful engrams is what you're hunting for now.
Yep, and also.
And shameless plug here, AIE does have an AIE clan on there, where if someone does one of the clan achievements of the week that gets you a powerful engram, everyone in the clan gets a powerful engram. So let's say myself, Mew, and let's say Jedi, who is waiting for the PC version. I'll use him as an example. We all go in and we do a Nightfall raid. So we get our rewards, and then we also unlock the powerful engram for everyone. So even if you're just starting out in the game, you will get reward.
Yeah, so definitely
rewards.
That's awesome.
Check every week.
Rewards, raid rewards, Nightfall, and the challenge of the 9s, which is like a static. You create a 4-person static PvP team to compete on weekends only.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Neat.
Yeah, hardcore stuff. So yeah, that's one of the benefits of having clans in Destiny, is that you can earn stuff like that. So even if you aren't doing constant content in Destiny 2, it still pays to check in at least once a week, see what's been going on, because you're wanting to get your gear level higher so that you can participate in that cool stuff. So it kind of helps everyone a little bit here and there. So
and use the app. It will tell you the app will tell you your stuff. You can also change up your character on the app.
Yep. Destiny 1, it was very popular to move stuff between your characters with the app. In fact, even while you were playing. So it was kind of a interesting backdoor way of saying, oh, my hunter has this piece of gear that I could use right now, or this thing just dropped from my warlock. Here, let me throw it in the main thing, and I'll free up some space in my bag. So it was always kind of fun to play with that. So yeah, I've been doing that off and on. It's not been my focus. My focus has mostly been, Final Fantasy 14 stuff, which we'll discuss in a little bit.
Yep.
And then every now and then, I'll diving into Divinity OS 2, which not the operating system 2, but Original Sin 2, which has been an interesting little diversion. I've not done that type of gaming like I've mentioned before, so it's always kind of interesting to go back and try that out. And I've gotten to the point now where the Act 1 is where you're running around on Fort Joy, and I've gotten to the point now where I just kind of apparently too powerful for the area because I just went back and killed all the guards. So now I run the fort. So
I'm the captain now.
Exactly. Other than that, we'll be getting ready for Halloween decorations soon. We live in a neighborhood now that has all that kind of fun stuff going on. So we've already seen everyone else's Halloween decorations are up, so it's time to get ours up there. So that's pretty much
got ours about 2 weeks. We've got ours about half done. I've got to go get the inflatable black cat out of the attic and get that up and get some of our pumpkins up. But we'll do that.
Yeah, the inside's done mostly. There's like a few things to put out, like random cool bottles. But our Halloween's at a friend's house this year, so it doesn't have to be as decorated.
Exactly.
Right. Our Halloween lights include Star Wars lights and Batman lights and fun stuff.
Perfect.
Cool. So, usual fun stuff. So, that's been my 2 weeks.
Cool.
Alrighty, so we'll dig into more Final Fantasy stuff as I mentioned, but first, let's go ahead and go over this week's news.
AIE News.
And in our Imperium Ludi section, are you playing Destiny 2 and want to join the AIE folks that are playing as well? Duras has a thread going over on the forums about the Destiny 2 clan and how to join. Feel free to drop by and get your characters in the clan. And don't forget, the PC version of Destiny 2, PC Master Race, will be opening up Tuesday, October 24th.
Woohoo! All right, and for anyone who hasn't seen, the Diablo Season 11 is closing on October 20th, and there are some people getting together in the Nomads channel in AIE Discord to complete whatever remains. Check it out if you need to finish anything.
And in WoW news, in case you missed it, and the shock of seeing Laura's hair pulled back instead of all of its fluffy gory, or perhaps distracted by Ian in general, Blizzard held a WoW Q&A and covered a number of 7.3 topics. With BlizzCon a mere 3 weeks away, it didn't cover any new territory, although Q&A question did get them to make a decision on making the Flight Master's whistle in Argus account-wide, which is a great thing for alts.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. For a good write-up and a link to the video itself, head over to Wowhead. Link in the show notes.
Yeah, because the big thing is because you don't have flying on Argus. And so, you'll work your way deep in through some mobs to get to a rare, and then all of a sudden you're like, now I got to work all the way back again. This is like being, leveling up again without flying. And so they're like, yeah, we'll make that thing account wide.
Right.
Otherwise, you'd have to get your Argusian Reach rep to Revered on all your
characters.
Yeah, and they've said that they're not going to give us flight period. Like they're not going to let us earn it.
Yeah,
they're just not going to let us do it at all. They said that it's just the aesthetic of Argus doesn't make sense to let you fly around in it.
And it's a small enough area that you can get anywhere on there on a ground mount fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Just make sure you have goblin gliders in case you decide to jump off what you think is, a small jump and realize it's a cliff and you need to make a U-turn. And speaking of U-turns, no. In SWTOR news, Max and Seema have a new show format that's part news coverage and part commentary as they do a live playthrough of the starting levels. Packed full of tips and tricks for new and veteran players. They include comments from the live chat room as well. These episodes are well worth a listen. They're currently doing the Imp side, Sith Sorcerer, and fully committed to doing dark side choices, even when the light side choices would be snarkier. And in Escape Podcast 212 live from Korriban, I almost went Rush and did 2112 there. 212 live from Korriban. AI, Seema, and Max start new characters on Korriban and begin a season of playthrough focusing on lore, tips, etc., while talking about other game and community news. And in episode 213, live from Korriban plus the roadmap, Seema and Max the Grey continue their story on Korriban and the season of playthrough, as well as talking about the roadmap and related announcements in patch 5.5 from SWTOR. And speaking of the AIE Guild in SWTOR, Marcus B's team, the Death Star Troopers, Imperial side, of course, is looking for a DPS. They run on Sunday nights, 8 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, please
They're running
message
right
him.
now.
Yep, on AIE Discord or in-game in SWTOR if they're interested. And Max wanted us to know that Game 5.5 updated, dropped on Tuesday. We have a link to the patch notes in the show notes, and highlights include preparation for uniting servers next month, achievements that help boost in-game progression, CXP bonuses, and nerfs, class balance updates, and a round of ship balance updated for Galactic Starfighter that's been long in development. For those that don't follow SWTOR closely, they are doing kind of a server merge, but it's not really a server merge. They are putting together basically big servers now, and so there'll be 2 North American servers, I think 2 or 3 European servers, and a Asia Pacific server, if I remember correctly. I might have the numbers wrong, but they're going to be merging. They are going to be doing a full merge of everything. If you have characters and you are subscribed, make sure that you log them in and that they're active. Members who have ongoing subscriptions will get to keep their names over people that are doing the free-to-play or had a subscription but let it lapse and are now using, the rewards they had. So, but they cover all that in the Escape podcast. So give it a listen.
All right, and time for me to butcher some words. All right, we have Captain Sybil's Star Trek Online news summary for the week ending in 10/15/2017. The new Drenor Colony's Fleet Starbase first upcoming project has been unlocked. Colony Beautification Planters. This feng shui project to add plant life to beautify the staircase and hallways of the Fleet Starbase. See the STO website for details. The Melting Pot mission, released October 3rd, will be unlocking weeks 2 and 3 replay rewards. This will complete the Inconvertible Defense set and enhance Universal Tech tokens or specialization points. The STO website has details. The dilithium weekend event ending Monday, October 16th is underway now. Mining dilithium ore yields an additional 100% bonus. Also, playing any game content that provides dilithium as a reward yields an additional 50% bonus. And every October 31st and any Friday the 13th, Hearts and Minds, a fun one-act horror story mission, is released for a limited time. Although it's ended, watch for it on October 31st and subsequent Friday the 13th. Haunt the STO website for chilling details. And don't forget, AIE Starbase is always looking for contributions of material and personnel. As always, check out the news, backstories, patch notes, forums, and other goodies at the STO website, StarTrekOnline.com. Until next time, Captain Sybil says, live long and prosper.
I think she threw incontrovertible in there just for you to trip on.
Probably. Yeah, probably. Because, the words were, dilithium. Everyone knows that word. So.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other, I'm looking at it going, incontrovertible. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's fun.
Good one, Sybil.
And from the Guild Ward 2 folks, the new expansion is awesome. Come play. We are also still doing Monday Fun Nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, where we do stuff like guild missions, and sometimes, actually once, we did some fractals. Come play. Path of Fire can be bought directly through the ArenaNet or in-game. Comes with a level 80 boost, so you can jump right into the new content. Alrighty, and with that, let's get back to Abo.
Oh, hang on, just real quick. Arv wanted us to know that I was right on the numbers, but there will be a SWTOR. It's East and West North America, 2, and then 3 in the EU, 1 English, 1 French, 1 German. I was like, I knew there were 3 in the EU, I just couldn't remember why. So there you go.
Languages will always be the reason.
Exactly. Yep. All right. So now let's get back to Abavan and find out what's going on in Final Fantasy 14.
Before I get to 14, I got 2 more gaming things I just want to bring up here. 1.
Yep. Fire away.
1. Cuphead. Awesome. I love it. It is hard, but not that hard. I strongly recommend it.
I don't know. I've been hearing some people extremely good frustrated at that game,
Okay.
table flipping anger type frustrated with that game at times.
All right, and they need to learn two things: one, anger management, and two, they need to get good.
Oh,
Oh my!
Shots fired.
Also beat Contra in a single life. So
Right,
take
yeah.
it I will. Okay, number 2. For those who like single player Zelda-like games, Darksiders. Please get that game if for the sole purpose of by 2 voice actors, Liam O'Brien and Mark Hamill. Mark
I've heard of
Hamill,
people.
you should know. Liam
Who are these
O'Brien, you
people?
better know if you played Warcraft.
Yep.
For he is the voice of Illidan, and having those two
And
play
Mark
off
Hamill.
is excellent.
That sounds
I
amazing.
think he also did the voice of the book in Nier.
He did.
He's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that was surprising. I started playing that game a couple of months ago, and I was like, "Wait a minute, that voice is familiar." So that's been kind of funny having a book yell at you in Liam's voice. So
Yeah, definitely.
I'm feeling he.
I
And
mean,
he
I
also
know
did-
we've
and also in
said
the
that. I'm sorry.
And Liam also did the voiceover for the remake of Final Fantasy IV because he plays the character of Kain. If like the Dragoon guy that jumps up all over the place.
Mhm.
He did the voiceover for that, and he did a very good job with that as well. And if you haven't played 4, it's an excellent game. You can get it for your iPhone, Android, PCs. Have at it.
I know I'd say that, I would pay to have Liam O'Brien read the phone book at me, but perhaps not scream it as a book.
Well, screaming books can be fun.
yes.
Yeah.
Especially when you get to the
I am my spine. Anyway, no.
Wah, wah.
Oi, really? You just had to go there.
All right, Final Fantasy.
I
14.
did. Moving on. Yeah, please.
Before he goes off on a roll, let's talk some Final
Yeah,
Fantasy.
please turn the page.
Oh my God. Let's shelve this one for now.
Okay. All right, let's see if we pick this one up. So let's put our signature on that section. Book jokes, nerds.
Nerds.
Final Fantasy, we have patch 4.1 that hit on Tuesday. It's a major content patch. So for those who aren't aware here, Final Fantasy is very much a story-based game, and each patch adds a significant amount of the main story quest line, the MSQ. Stormblood is a full-fledged expansion, so it feels about as long as a normal game, but then each patch they add a bunch more new things to do, new dungeons, maybe new raids. In this particular case, they added a decent amount of story content that is well done. Strongly recommend it, but I don't want to put any spoilers out there, but it takes the effects that happen at the end of a video game and say, well, what happens after that when you've already saved everyone? What happens next? And that story goes from that point.
Boy, does it.
Yeah, and then things happen, and you deal with it, and then you get, and of course, it gives you the cliffhanger because there will be more patches.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's if you play through Stormblood and then come back, see the new story. There's going to be some new things there. Take a look at some new interesting things to think about when you're stuck at work, staring at spreadsheets and saying, I wonder how Lisa's doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Other fun things we got in there. We get a more of a reintroduction, maybe like a prologue to the new season of the Hildebrand quest line, the world's greatest inspector who's not Batman.
Right.
Hildebrand is a fun quest line. It's made to be just more of a jokey quest line.
Yep.
But it is something that is you should be it is fun. It's well written, it's well animated, and it's fun.
It's over the top animated.
It's supposed to be having fun.
Yeah. They take the tech from the cut scenes and go over the top with it. Like we're talking stretched faces and crazy stuff going on, and honestly, Batman wishes he had the powers of Hildebrand because that guy, wow. Yeah, and it's interesting. He started out, I believe, as he was just supposed to be a what do you call it? A tutorial for housing back in Final Fantasy 1.0, and people loved him so much. You're like, oh, maybe we should bring him back. So they did. And they keep bringing it back and back and back.
Okay. And then you also, well, a major advantage that Hildebrand does have over Batman is two parents.
That's true.
Living
There is
parents.
that, yeah.
He does have that. There is that. That do play a major part in the game.
Yeah.
Is one of them named Martha, though?
No, but she has a killer pot. Like will knock you upside the head with her giant pot. So holy cow. She and his father make him almost look normal at times, so it's kind of scary.
Mm-hmm. Jumping from there, another big feature in 4.1. The new housing area, Shigone. It takes place in the new Asian-themed area. And so there was quite a bit of time that there were no houses available because there's a finite number of plots available.
Mm-hmm.
So people, and they knew that this was coming for a while, so people were like hoarding their little guild coins here and there, pocketing them away. So many people had the millions upon millions of guild needed to buy a house. Patch day comes, patch is available, patch. Go. And then everybody just merged onto the housing areas, like at around like 2:30 a.m., whatever time zone it started up at. Who knows?
And the queue started.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the scary thing. I was already patched up. Like I have the gigabit. I was patched up. I logged in the second the servers were online, and hit a queue.
Wow.
And the mad scramble happened, and yeah, that was insane. Like before I was logged in with my gigabit Ethernet, there was no large plots anymore. They were gone.
Yeah.
Like somehow people had gotten in before people with fast connections. It's still baffling. So that was interesting to witness firsthand.
But with all that said, we were able to upgrade from our small house that we had in Uda's housing area to Shigone's medium to a medium plot. So I would like to present to you our new house, the AIE Free Company house in Shigone.
Ooh.
All right, that's the outside. Here's another shot from the front door there. Through the little archway in the middle. It's our front door. Cool. We have little oasis there. On the inside here, we have our little gigantic fish tank and a couple vendors in there.
I mean,
well, it could be. We do have some vendors in there. In appropriate gear. There, we have our little shrines that we have in there for our fallen AIE folks and family.
Wonderful.
We have that there. We have our eternal candle in there. Very important part of the AIE Free Company. We have the AIE Spa.
Ooh, I know where I'd be hanging out.
Yep. And then we also have the AIE Library downstairs in our basements.
Also important.
We have the throne room. No house is complete without a privy.
It's a very popular water closet. Very popular.
Yes.
It was constantly, hey, I need my churn. Get out. So.
It reminds me of growing up in a house with 3 women in 1 bathroom.
And this one also I didn't scale. So, zoink. The bar.
Also, I'm imagining that's also very popular.
Yes. With a lot of those items actually being useful, that will actually give you a experience point buff. There's a lot of housing items that you can click on that you actually can eat the item. Mm-hmm. So we can actually put out cookies.
Hey,
nice.
Stat cookies. Yep, full on stat cookies.
Very cool.
So yeah, so that is our house. To prove them not lying, here is the actual house. Chocobo stables, our little crystal to get to it. Level 60 striking dummy. I'm working on getting us to 70. I need, I believe it's 5,000 hunting marks. Painful to get, but I'm working on it.
They're useful,
Guardians,
though.
if you wish, they are. I went to level 70 striking dummy because I do some simulations on my rotations.
Yeah.
Garden, if you need it, allows you to plant things and get things. Mailboxes. The little fire pit. Great for hanging out.
By the way, is pretty cool because it's not the standard one. If you actually have mail and walk by it, it starts freaking out and music starts playing and fireworks start going off. It's like,
yes.
check your mail. Yeah.
That mailbox has an attitude.
Yes.
Yeah, the first time I had mail and I ran by this mailbox for the first time, I was freaking out saying, "Oh my god, what the heck is going on here? Where's this music coming from?" Because I had no idea. I had no idea that this item did that.
Yep.
Where is this coming from? I don't have something on my phone here. I don't have like something right in the background until I finally figured out it was the stinking mail.
That's hilarious.
And as far as that garden plot goes, feel free to use it because, for example, that is a very easy way to get the items to color your chocobo. Is you can color your chocobo whatever color you want in the game. It's it's got the full rainbow thing going on, and it's really easy to make that food.
So here we have our little study area in here that has a couple chairs to hang out, an RP in, as well as the unending journey, which allows you to look at all your previous cutscenes you experienced in the game in case you want to.
Neat.
It's very handy.
Critical point.
Yeah, because the one of the downsides, occasionally you'll come across groups get mad at you for wanting to watch the cutscenes for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So some people have gotten to the habit of just, well, okay, I'll skip it and then I'll go back and watch it when I'm done. Because every cutscene that you unlock gets saved to that.
Yes.
That's great.
Thankfully, they got rid of mid-dungeon cutscenes for the most part. Mm-hmm. There's a couple exceptions here and there, but once you get through the base game, you won't see them for the most part the rest of the game. In the middle of the dungeon. Normally it's
start at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple at the end, but they're not frequent. If you ask a free company, say, "Hey, I need to run this," we'll probably help you out, and then we will more than likely just say, we'll take all the time you need, because that's what we do.
Yep.
Here we do have our little maid in here, which can get you some items which you can use for your own rooms, and some buff food over here as well. We do have an entrance to additional chambers. That's where you can purchase your own little subset room. It's the same size as the apartments in the game, but here there's no limits on how many apartments you can, because everyone in the free company can get additional chambers, their own little private room, and it's 100,000 gil less to get it through the free company house. So I do invite people to come here.
Those are good discounts.
Here's some.
Yeah, it is.
Here's some Oriental rice ball lunch. Some food laying around that you can eat, get some buffs.
So we just keep food randomly around the company house.
Hey, it's decorative.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, right now I have all this food sitting in here that I'm still trying to get through. So I carry a ton of food with me. I try to use at every moment that I'm doing adventuring, but I mean, there's experience bonuses. There are also stat bonuses too. So for high-end gaming, you'll want to do that.
Yep.
But here's our little library.
In our meeting section.
Mm-hmm. Paintings of all the important folks in the game. These are all major characters in the game.
Nice.
Right. Yep, I can sort of see Nanamo and the Admiral.
Yeah, she's there. Yep. And then we have little working doors into a little crafting area. We'll give you some. So if you are a crafter coming downstairs to the house, there's all the crafting stations down here that will give you additional crafting points. So it'll make it easier for you to get your high quality crafts. Yep. So if you are a crafter, there's bonuses to coming down to the house. So it's not just aesthetics. There's purposes to some of these items down here.
Yep. They'll make it a lot easier to level up until about level 50, I think.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. It gives you additional crafting points, so that allows you to do some stuff at the higher levels. It still takes some challenge. running over here, we do have our I always mess up saying this word here, so someone can help me out here.
Aesthetician?
Pretty much the barbershop.
Yep. Oh yeah,
we have
he's an interesting character.
Yes, even the barbershop has flair in this game.
Oh yes. Yes, and I've actually been doing some of the post-Moogle quest line, which is yet another long quest line that gives you kind of like backstory to the whole game itself, and I came across an interesting quest for him. So that was nice to get a little backstory for him.
Cool. Okay. Other items back there, we have the free company chest over on the left there. I'll let you get to the free company chest. It's amazing. Don't forget, we do have to help generate some funds here. Yes, it does look like we have a lot, but it's really when we start actually adding things in and start being to buy things, that number goes down real quick.
Yes.
But crystals, you can purchase from the guild bank here. Ask an officer for details on that one, but it's essentially around 10% less than the going market price.
Yep.
All right. So other things in there. There is also the armor, which is our items that are like seasonal items that you really don't need in your inventory all the time.
Yep.
And there you go. And then we have our ethereal wheel stand, which we're going to be using to generate buffs as soon as we finish creating our airships. It's another announcement I want to make. New house comes new airships we need to make. So I will need assistance from the free company to help build these airships, generate them, upgrade them, and so forth.
Oh, wow. Because I know how long it took for them to be built last time. So.
Yep.
Well, there's that, and then they have to level up.
Yeah.
Then they have to level up. So we do need to rebuild the Henry. We do need to rebuild the Milloway. And there's a few other ships we need to make as well. All right. So we're going to make sure that we get those going out there because that can provide us with the materials we need for buffs.
Right.
Yep, and as long as you're a crafter of pretty much any level, I was able to bring one of my low-level crafters and help with that, so that's all that matters.
Right. If you're out in the world, hit Control U with your timers window, estate, and then company projects. You'll see what you need. Right now, I just need 4 crafters online that can do that. I just got to pretty much say something in free company chat, and I can push it forward and go to the next step.
I'll hop in now.
Up here's the bar. We got a little table for doing a triple triad, which is the in-game card game, much like a Hearthstone, but is more of a card game, and you get the cards by beating cool bosses and doing things like that. It's a fun little diversion.
Mm-hmm.
I was severely doubting it's going to have an esports following like Hearthstone does.
Yeah, no,
right.
Not quite that in depth.
It is something, and you can actually play NPCs or other players.
Yep, it's just a fun little thing that, when you come across a new area, you'll see a guy with a little card symbol over his head. It's like, oh, I guess I can play him in cards real quick. So it's probably not quite as complicated as the Witcher's stuff, but, along that line.
Let's turn this on. Woo! Oh, that's fun.
Fun say.
Then we get the Crystal Tower, the golden saucer icon, and then the throne of, I guess this is somewhere in the Crystal Tower, I think. I'm not sure where that's from, actually. And over in this room, we have the toilet. Oh,
back to the bathroom.
So this is a medium-sized house because, again, the large plots were hard to come by. So because the large plots were hard to come by, we actually do have an announcement from the game Yoshi P, the game producer. He announced saying this is a problem. The number of houses out there, it does need to be rectified, and it will become the next patch. They will be adding in additional housing zones in all 4 districts, not just the new Stormblood stuff. So there may be some, so there will be some more houses available coming soon.
Yeah, there's a lot of people's hopes were dashed quite expertly when that all came out. So it was understandable, and that's kind of one of the cool things about Yoshi is he's definitely very responsive. He saw it firsthand what was going on. It's like, yeah, that's not cool. There was a lot of guilds that saved up every penny they could and were just waiting for this, and then poof, gone. So
wow,
yeah, it was. I mean, not to mention, there was even a little bit of foul play because people were doing what they could to try to stop others. You actually had to like set yourself to busy. It was pretty crazy. Just the level of effort you had to put into just to get a house, and it shouldn't have been like that. So they're actually trying to redo the whole process so that it's not that crazy rush of dogpiling onto things, and people were even like camping out plots before the patch even went live. They were just trying to figure out ways to stop that. So yeah, it's
Wow.
But and as great as this medium house is, there are some limitations. That lovely crafting room we have, we can't put everything down because we don't have the room. A large, you can put every crafting place down. Outside, larges can board garden plots out. We can only have the one really good one out there, I believe. It's
we may be able to squeeze one more in. I think it's just we only put one out there because
no one's using it.
Right. When we have more people use it, we'll put down the second plot. But then if we need a third, yes, we'll definitely need a large house at that point. Hopefully, we can get that at some point.
Yeah, and like I said,
So for those who want to visit the house, who are not actually part of the free company yet, let's say some friends of the guild, or you are just looking to join AIE, we are regarding the 10th Ward, Plot 31. If you join the free company but have not purchased Stormblood yet, that's no problem. By being part of the free company, you will be able to use the amenities of the house and visit the house in essentially the Stormblood housing area without actually having Stormblood. They do give you access to that.
Yeah, and if you aren't high enough, like the character I have on right now is not high enough to actually get to that zone yet, but it has a teleport point right here to get there. You just can't leave the housing area. That's how they fix that little loophole, is that you just can't escape. You're trapped in here, but you can go back to where you were, of course. So,
all right. So, in addition to the patch, some other quick things that came down here. Your squad faction members, so you can create like little squad members to go out and run errands for you, and try to do things with moderate success. Those moderate success people can now go into dungeons with you. So similar to, let's say the WoW strongholds. Those dudes could go into dungeons with you now. I'm not sure if they can do that in the WoW, since my last expansion was the Back in Time one. What's that one called?
Draenor?
Draenor.
Yeah, that one. So so take your guys from there and take them into a dungeon with you. That's pretty much what we have now. So that's something new. That's probably going to get expanded over time, I do expect. We also have a new 24-man raid. Now in Final Fantasy, the 24-man raids are, obviously 24 people doing a thing, running a dungeon there. Your difficulty is about halfway between your WoW LFR raid difficulty and your normal difficulty. Not terribly hard, but not raffle easy. You do have to do some mechanics to complete it, but it's not overly difficult. It is normally like on one or two tries you say, "Oh yeah, I understand what's going on now," and then you go complete it. This time is this theme. This time is going to be based in Ivlis, which is the location that was first introduced in Final Fantasy Tactics for the PlayStation 1. Which is different from the Final Fantasy Tactics they put out for the Game Boy Advance. Put that out there. The Final Fantasy Tactics one you can also get on. This is also the one you get for your iPhones in case you're interested. All right, but that's where they're going to be basing this expansion's 24-man raids with. All right.
Yeah, and there was a neat little intro to that. If you go talk to they're over in Kirigane. And you can talk to the cat girl that will take you up to their neat-looking airship. So that was kind of a neat little introduction to what's going on.
Right. Yeah, I've yet to do this one yet, so that's something I've yet to do yet because, life.
Right, and twins, and life, and work.
Yep.
Yeah. Only if there was like 40 hours in a day.
Or
Anyway.
an extra like pocket day somewhere to do all the stuff you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe later when the kids grow up, they'll be able to do farming for me.
There you go. Exactly. Train them right.
Well, at least I'll have 2 DPS. I'll be a tank. Then I just got to find a healer.
How about
anyway.
your wife?
She doesn't do the Vigi games.
But if the kids start playing, maybe she'll want to.
Possible.
Or she might just actually want some time for herself and say, "You guys have fun. I'm leaving."
That might strike up the bills for spa days. So
that works too. But hey, AIE has a spa in Final Fantasy 14.
We do. Also new in the patch, new Beast Tribe dailies. So more faction-based stuff to go and do daily quests for these guys. And every few days you get more story content out of it as you rank up through the faction. Normally they add one or two of those every patch through an expansion. We do expect to see this one is more of an adventuring class where we actually go fight bad guys and then bring up find so many rat tails or how much it is this time around. Eventually we will find one that lets you do crafting, so you can level up your crafting to that. You'll probably see that in probably next patch or 2 patches away is what I'm guessing. We also got some new fightings to do. Some new big time bosses, one of which is the Royal Menagerie Extreme Mode, which is just a harder version of it. The Royal Menagerie is the last boss fight in Stormblood. There is now an extreme version to that, a difficult version, which some people say, "Oh my god, how can that fight get any harder?"
Yeah.
Well, it can by making it crazy, by adding more phases, and saying, "Well, here's the boss fight that we had over here. We're going to throw that out, and we're going to do this new fight that's 80,000 phases long." That's extreme mode.
Peace.
Yeah, it's basically mythic dungeoning or mythic raiding for Final Fantasy. It's pretty crazy.
Right.
Yeah. Everyone gets some ideas on how different things go or how cool they can get. Look up the Deltascape Extreme Mode, especially the Deltascape 4.0 transition, where there's a certain point which the original fight ends and just all brand new stuff begins, and it's unbelievably awesome transition. So that's a pretty cool one to look at. Ventures daily Beast Tribe faction tokens are all moved to the currency tab, so they no longer take up inventory spaces. Yay. Hallelujah!
Yay.
Yep, and don't be surprised that you'll see a little piece of parchment then that you have to go turn into those beastmen to turn it into that. It doesn't automatically turn it into the currency. You have to do it yourself.
Yes, but all new ones will go straight to the tab. New levels of the hidden canals added, which is the hidden canals of Unzair. I guess that's how you say it. Hidden canals of Unzair. So these hidden canals, there's something in this game called treasure maps that you can get from high-end gathering. Well, not even high-end, just gathering in general. Like pretty much from 50 on up, you can get treasure maps. The treasure maps can be single player, or they can be up to 8 people. And then you go you get a little section of the map. You look at the map, poof. You go there, you dig, you find a treasure chest, you beat the enemies that show up from the treasure chest, and then you get the loot. If you're lucky, when you're doing an 8-man one, you'll get a portal to, and if you're doing a Stormblood, to the hidden canals, which is like a little, you fight a little bit, and then there's a little path on there, and then the game will troll you a little bit, saying, "Oh, you picked the right door, you picked the wrong door." If you pick the wrong door, it kicks you out, and you get whatever loot you get. You go in there, but as you go deeper down, things get crazier, the fights get harder, and the game trolling gets harder, saying, "Oh, you picked the wrong one. Oh, you did pick the right one. Oh, just kidding, wrong one. Oh, I'm sorry, I was kidding again. Here's the right one." So the game trolled here pretty hard.
Yeah.
So they added some new levels to that. So I'm excited to get some treasure maps for one of our fun nights sometime. I think we should do that. I think that'll be a blast. Because that's always the fights are not that hard. Quite honestly, it's more about getting to the let's make a deal part. Next up is to talk about is glamoring. Glamours, which is Final Fantasy 14 speak for transmog. Works kind of similar, except it's the items that do it are player made. So it's more of a player-driven market versus a NPC-driven market to take money out of the system. But they lowered the level requirement for that from 50 to 15.
Okay.
15. So probably within, if you are a MMO gamer, probably within 2 hours, you can unlock transmog from buying the game.
Perfect.
Just about, yep. Yeah, and it was kind of a long drag for any new players. Like, anyone that's been around a while has all these fancy outfits, and like even their low levels could have these, because once you unlock glamour, it works with any level.
For all your character, right?
Yeah. So, if you had created an alt, or if you were new to the game, like, you're stuck with just the basic gear that if you wanted to wear the fancy gear, you had to actually, just put that gear on. You couldn't transmog it. So, it was kind of a bummer. And it makes sense for them to do this after all this time. It's not like anyone feels like, oh, you didn't earn that. What are you doing transmog? It's like, no, it's a big part of the game is to look.
Yeah. Especially it's a beautifully visual game. You want all the pretties.
Yeah, like this character here. I bought this is the gambler outfit from the Golden Saucer, and he couldn't wear it because he didn't have transmog unlocked yet. So, it's kind of awesome that now he can have all kinds of fancy stuff. I mean, it was a lot of work to earn that outfit. So, it's just nice to be able to show off the stuff you've been earning.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. And especially since the game, after 30 days of playtime, they give you a token to go get your bathing suit and go get some cosmetic gear. Whenever I roll up a new character, I have, I think close to 38 in-game mails with veteran rewards.
Sounds about right.
And your mailbox is jumping around to get those.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, and you can only get 20 at a time from the system too. So you have to basically unload your mailbox, get all that stuff, come back, wait for the Moogle to realize, oh, you've got more stuff. Well, hold on, let me get it for you, and then you get the next batch. You wait again, get the next batch. Yeah,
Yep. And last thing we'll talk about tonight is the jump potion for leveling. Previously, you can only buy it for one class on your character. That restriction has since been lifted. If you don't feel like leveling from 1 to 50 anymore, you don't have to. Is it 1 to 50 or is it 1 to 60?
It's 60, and not only does it fast forwards all the class quests, but it also gives you a full set of level 60 gear that you can then immediately jump into dungeons. But the neat thing is, it's kind of like if you've done the Warcraft 100 or whatever boosts, it kind of recommends you do what they call the Hall of Novice. And it's just a series of quests that bring you into actual like dungeon or group mechanics to teach you how to use what you've just got. And so you're not just running into a dungeon and having no idea what all your buttons do.
Right.
And side note, they did reorganize the action and trades panel.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you guys remember the old one, but you had and then you had a class button over here and a job button here. They put it all on one screen. Beautiful. And don't forget your group pose and your idling camera. So your screenshots, you have a full Instagram-like in-game for doing screenshots.
Neat.
So it's a pretty powerful tool. You can do synchronized emotes now with your group on your group photo. So it's fun things.
I have seen some amazing Macminia from the use of that tool coming from a lot of the guilds that are really into that. So it's definitely very powerful.
Yeah. And again, and then standard spiel here. PC, Mac, Steam, PlayStation 4, come on down.
And unlike Destiny 2, they all play together, right?
Yes. For those who if this is your first AIE podcast or listening to me saying that, welcome. And yes, that's absolutely true. For those who've heard me say it again, I said that on every freaking podcast. You should know this by now.
And if it's not your first podcast, you know this. So.
Yep.
All righty. There's a bunch of other new things as well. I mean, the patch notes are pages upon pages long. if you're looking on picking the game up because you're having some WoW fatigue, wink, wink. We can. We'd love to get you in. There are some free trials that you can't join the free company on the free trial, but there are other ways to communicate, such as Discord, and we would love to get you started in the game. And again, it doesn't matter what platform you play the game on; we're all connected to each other.
And if you have any questions, you can probably bug Abo or Mew on Discord and see what they can do for you.
And we have a whole bunch of people that would love to invite you with the friends and family system, which is very awesome. It makes it really nice for you to get into the game because whoever invited you is now your mentor. They can teleport to them. They can teleport to you. It gives you some nice leveling gear. I mean, it's full of really good content. So
and the Final Fantasy Discord channel is very active.
Yes, it is.
Very chatty people.
Yep. So, without further ado, I shall relinquish control of said podcast over
to the man with the cat ears.
Yes. Thank you, and that's our show for tonight. While the chat room begins suggesting show titles, we want to thank Abovan for joining us. Thank you, Abo.
Ooh, thank you, Abo.
Not a problem. Glad to be here.
Thanks so much for coming on and showing us all the pretties and the water closet.
Yes, very important room.
Mm-hmm.
If there's anything...
go ahead.
I'd say, is there anything you want to plug, Abo? Want to talk about your Twitter, websites, all that fun stuff?
Well, I can be reached at Abovan. My Discord ID will be in the show notes. It's also on the stream, right down in the corner across from my head. Feel free to reach out to me at any time. I'll try to reach out to you as soon as I can. Other games out there, we do play a lot of the Destiny 2 as well. A few of us do play the Destiny 2. We'd love to see you there as well.
More the merrier.
That's what I got. AIE, we're awesome.
Yes, we are.
All right. And if you have a question or comment about our show, you can email us at podcast@aie-guild.org. You can also follow us on Twitter. The show is at AIE Podcast. Mew is at the Mew Cow. McCullough is at Cyberwave. And Tatsemi, me, is at Ivory Tiger. We record live with video every other Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. You can join the chat room and play along with us on our website, aie-guild.org, and our Discord server chat is bit.ly/AIE Podcast Discord. Our theme was composed by the amazing Andrew Allen. Follow him at Keys with Soul or visit his website, keyswithsoul.com.
All right, and hey, it's time to play all the great AIE member segments we received this week. Hey guys, we don't have any segments this time around. If you're interested in trying your hand at producing one, we would love to air it for you. But speaking of segments, one of our very favorite content producers, the wonderful Hunts the Win, it's his birthday today. So if you see Hunts around in game, on Twitter, wherever, wish him a happy birthday.
That'll be in about an hour, yes.
Yes.
Next time, we'll be having a pre-BlizzCon show. So until then, AIE, this is Mewcow.
This is Tatsemi.
This is McCullough.
And this has been the AIE Podcast.
Bye.
Alrighty, now let's start gathering titles.
You want me to record a segment? I thought of something like about walking down from the stairs from the babies to down here.
Fine.
Go for it.
You're fine.
Okay. All right, let me record something. The Abovan Challenge. I got something in my head.
Okay.
Let's see. Where's my mix?
I've got a segment that I just need to finish writing. I'm just gonna wing it.
All right. We have from Arv, Houses, Airships, and Throne Rooms, oh my. Tiber has hanging in the Final Fantasy XIV AIE Spa, and Sybil has a volume of titles. Yes. Destiny 2 free rewards. The line starts here. Kind. Rosie the Riveter report to the Guild House. Come to the Guild House, stay for the points, and I picked door number 3. Oh, and then
Water Closet Adventure.
Yes.
Oh, there's a few of those I like.
Yeah, there's some really great ones. You can always do a hybrid and mesh some of them together.
Get back here. What do we got here? Okay, so we have our houses, airships, and throne rooms. Oh my! Hanging in the AIE spa. I think we've done quite a few spa references in the past. So
I think we have
because we've
Spas
has
are
always had the
Spas
spa.
are good.
Let's see here.
Maybe aim after the war closet.
Destiny 2 free rewards. The line starts here. Hang on to that one when we actually do a Destiny 2 show. I would like to do. I would like to be a Destiny 2 guest at some point.
Well, I mean,
you heard it here first. He's starting an AIE Destiny 2 podcast. No.
Yep.
That's not what I said, but okay, media.
next podcast, we have all kinds of stuff to talk about. Honestly,
yeah, you've been voluntold anyway. No,
yeah, and it wouldn't be me, right? Because it's Destiny 2 is really more of Durst's child. So I think it'd be more fair for him to speak
definitely.
to that. Killer pot of the kitchen kind. Rosie the Riveter report to the guild house. That has legs. I like that one. There's a lot of good stuff in that one. Come to the guild house, stay for the points. Speaking of which, that reminds me of some management stuff. How many points do we have? 1.5 million. That's a good healthy number.
I don't see a buff up.
Oh, I do. You get buffs.
Oh, well, where's my buff bar? Where's my buff bar then? What the heck?
Yeah, your buff bar must have disappeared.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it anywhere on the screen.
Let's see here. I picked door number 3. When we do more, when we do a show that's focusing more on our experiences in there, I'll probably recycle that one.
Yeah,
Water closet adventure. That's every day for me with the kids.
I was like, you have friends.
Yeah, right before bedtime, put them when they don't want crib. It's like potty.
Oh my gosh! So
they don't want to go to bed.
When Rye was little, when we were trying to potty train her, and she was in the pull-ups at night, we're like, okay, Rye, you can get out of the bed 3 times to go to the bathroom.
Oh, by the way, are we broadcasting still?
Yes.
Probably.
Okay. All right. So, everybody okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. All right, bye, chat.
Talk
to you later.
It's okay if you two. I don't mind broadcasting to the world stories about poop.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Rye would stand at the top of the stairs and scream she has to go potty, and go and say this about 3 times in 5 minutes. So her opinion was, I can get up 3 times to go to the bathroom, so I'm going to do it as often as possible to delay sleep.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think this one here, I really think we need to go with Rosie the Riveter.
I'll let Sybil know that.
There's a lot of good. There's a lot of good. There's a lot of good stuff. Oh. Can you put something in post? Can you say something? Can we put something? A big thank you to Sashi for building the house and designing the house for us.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I've completely botched. I didn't want to say that, so I want to make sure I get that in on post.
Absolutely,
awesome.
She's amazing. So.
Okay.
Yep, we'll get it in there.
Yeah.
All right, now we'll kill the chat room. All right, bye, chat room.
Bye, chat room.